too slow.
Finish her!
So one of the main things that I wanted to come in and talk about is going to be Katana Side Stance 2, because while it is this crazy good tracking projectile with ridiculous plus frames, there's two main ways around it. The first thing I wanted everybody to notice is that she goes into this animation where she puts her hand directly in the air. And if you hit her before she starts bringing her hand back down, the Sai won't come back out to trade. Usually you would want a trade because you want those Sai hits to build up your Side Stance 1 crushing blow. So what people like to do with this character when they're first picking her up is they like to do a grounded hit confirm into Side Stance 2 instead of Side Stance 1, because Side Stance 2 will keep them standing and you still get the ridiculous plus frames. But the reason why this isn't good is because people can actually dash up and counter hit punish her before the side comes out. So, for example, people like to pick up this character and do stuff like this. But the problem with that is they can dash up, side won't come back out, and they'll get a counter hit punish. So the reason why you want to avoid stuff like this is because there's really no reason to not go into Side Stance 1 if you're mid-screen. You can get the same stuff, as long as they're not a teleport character, without having to worry about really being punished. But if you want to go into a safe side cancel, you would want to end with something that launches them off the floor, or you're back 2-3-1 down 2 crushing blow because it's a hard knockdown. So like shit like this will work out just fine. But I'm going to go and put in safe side setups that you can use right now. So the next thing I want to actually physically talk about is Highborn's actual pressure, because she's probably the only character in this game that has different pressure depending on which side of the screen she's on. When she's on the left side of the screen, things will be as normal. You'll do like string into cancel, into like a throw, or into like another string. But since all of her cancels are negative and can be interrupted, you could bait them to interrupt and go into side stance 1, which will jail. Is only -7, so if they block it, you're safe, and knocks them back, lets you get a free side throw depending on what character you're fighting, and basically puts the match back in her favor, and you have to play her game all over again. She also, in this variation, has, since she has no cancel, you have the back 2, 3-1, down 2, which is the overhead at the end is a crushing blow if they don't block the overhead, and it's a hard knockdown, so you get a free side throw if they get hit by that. And they have to play a game all over again, free pressure, whatever. But she can also get the 50-50, well, pseudo 50-50 because it could be fuzzy pretty easily. But canceling that back 2-3-1 into her low, and then if you hit back 3-4, you get a free side throw, and you like it's gonna loop back into the same thing over and over again, no matter what situation they pick.
That is why I'm calling.
So the reason why your pressure on the right side of the screen is going to change compared to the left is because her down back 2, the properties will actually change on the right side of the screen. So when you're on the left side of the screen, back 2-3-1 into the Legonian Razors will jail, and it's -6. But on the right side of the screen, the first hit will whiff, and the second hit will hit, which causes it to be +8 or +9, and if you're crouching, +10, which I'll show you in a second. So now your pressure, instead of going from, I'm going to do back 2-3-1 or a string into a side cancel into a throw to mix you up, it's I'm going to take my plus frames, and you have to respect me afterwards if you block it. The only way to interrupt it, since it is a high, you could down 1 or down 2 it, but if you down 1 or down 2, you're leaving yourself open to that crushing blow since you have to duck. And once you get the overhead crushing blow, hard knockdown, crushing blow, bleed, into side throw, into my turn. So I have her crouching just to show, but if you were to do, not that she's crouching, if you were to do back 2-3-1 down back 2, you're not +10, and let's say she was just trying to interrupt me by down 1ing or down 2ing, you would be able to get the crushing blow, which goes into side throw, into my turn, into my pressure. Normally mid-screen, that would only be able to, you would only be able to cancel into those plus frames off of back 2-3-1. But if they are crouching, now back 1-4 will work. And back 3-4 will also work if you hold it for a little bit, but it just won't give you as many plus frames. Hold on. But, see? And all of this is on top of your side cancel pressure, because it's not like you're losing your side cancel pressure, so you just have another element to add onto it. And there are ways to get the +8 to +10 Edenian razors on the left side of the screen, and I'll probably just add those in here.